This video is brought to you by EvangelistaSports.com, Canada's largest online soccer retailer. Be sure to use coupon code SR4U at checkout to get 10% off any order of $75 or more.
Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10 in the brand new CR7 Silverware colorway. Now inside the box, they do include a couple of extras to go along with the shoes. The first extra is this tag right here that essentially lets you know that this shoe does have a sparkle effect on the upper that will start to wear off as you wear the shoes, something we will talk about throughout today's video. They also include a string bag to go along with the shoes. The string bag is white in color with black strings. You're going to find a white Nike swoosh in the middle with an orange and sparkly black outline. And on the back of the bag, you're going to find your black CR7 logo, which is really nice. And other than that, all you're going to find inside the box, as you guys can see, are the shoes themselves. So we'll get these guys out of the box really quickly and we'll take a closer look at the CR7 Silverware colorway of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. I've had lots of questions about this shoe, and as you guys can see right off the bat, they are distinctly different looking in comparison to the Superfly 4, even though it is technically the same colorway. That's something we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to do an overview of the overall performance, talk tech specs, see how these things look on feet, and essentially cover everything you would want to know about the CR7 Silverware Mercurial Vapor 10. So if you're interested in learning more, please stick around, and if you're interested in a pair for yourself, check out the review page on my website. It'll be the very first link in the description of this video. Not only will you find a detailed full written review on that page, you'll also find buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal retail price. So if you're interested in a pair for yourself, first link down below in the description, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's talk about the colorway. Now, if you guys saw my video on the Silverware Superfly 4, you're probably noticing that these come across as quite a bit different, especially that silver base for the shoe. This has a gray base in the form of Tasian synthetic with a nice sparkly effect on top that, in comparison to the Superfly 4, which is what I have right here, is just a lot less intense. If you look up close on the Superfly, it's bright, it's shimmery, it's metallic silver, it almost has a chrome look to it, but with that added sparkle effect, and they are just really, really over the top, extremely vibrant, and probably the most unique gray/silver shoe we've ever seen. With the Vapor 10, like I said, the effect is not quite as extreme. You still have that sparkly effect across the entire upper that will wear off over time. Please keep that in mind. But I think that even once the sparkle effect has weared off, especially on this particular colorway, it actually will look quite good. And the sparkle effect seems to be pretty resilient, I guess is the best way to put it, on the Vapor 10 in comparison to the Superfly, where because it's caked on so much thicker, it will wear off and the overall appearance of the shoe will vary a lot more, especially as you wear them in. So for the most part, these will maintain their aesthetic and just overall appearance a little bit better in comparison to the Superfly 4. It's kind of just a more toned down variation, if you will. It almost looks like brushed aluminum from a distance, which I think is a pretty cool look. You of course have your Nike swoosh here on the lateral side, white in the middle with that sparkle effect, and then of course the orange and black outline. You do have the CR7 branding here with, again, the orange and black outline, Mercurial branding in black across the back, black heel liner. You're going to notice that across the top of the foot. The Superfly obviously does have that navy blue fly knit, whereas this one maintains that same gray color, which does give it a slightly different look when the two shoes are side by side. The insole is a hyper turquoise color, and you're also going to find that same hyper turquoise color in some of the studs. And then of course the sole plate, while not carbon fiber, it still maintains that same blue tint, which again, just trying to keep that uniformity across the same colorway, even though it is a different model altogether. But that's pretty much it as far as the overall appearance of the shoe is concerned. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comment section. Do you prefer the look of the Superfly over the Vapor 10 or vice versa? Let me know your opinions. And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. As far as performance is concerned, the Superfly 4 has really overshadowed the Vapor 10 since its initial release, and it's a bit of a shame because this shoe really does have a lot to offer as far as performance is concerned. In my opinion, this is the best Mercurial Vapor that Nike has ever put out. Now in today's video, we're going to go over all of the basics as far as what you should know regarding the tech specs of the Vapor 10. But if you guys want as much detailed info as possible, I would strongly recommend checking out the full written review on my website. It'll be the very first link down below in the description of this video. And I'll also leave annotations on screen to my playtest video of the Vapor 10, as well as a comparison video that I have between the Vapor 10 and the Superfly 4 if you're at all interested. So go ahead and check those out. Again, if you want to learn as much info as possible on this particular model, material. Starting off with the upper though, that's probably the most unique characteristic of this shoe. Not only is it a premium Teijin synthetic material that is really the thinnest upper currently on the market, it also features this very unique one-piece design, which is a little bit risky considering it is such a thin synthetic. One-piece shoes haven't really worked out all that well in the past, but Nike has really done a good job with this particular model. It doesn't feel at all like the Superfly 4, which is also obviously a one-piece shoe, but it does feel very Mercurial vapor-ish, if that makes any sense. Now the Teijin synthetic, it's soft, it's flexible, it's thin, and it's actually pretty remarkable how soft and flexible it is, considering how supportive and responsive this shoe is. Once you pull those laces tight, along with the structure of the upper, the structure of the internal support frame, and just the one-piece upper itself, it wraps your foot one-to-one. There's no extra space on the inside of the shoe, and the second that you react is the second that the shoe reacts, which is really, really nice. It has that one-to-one sensation that I think a lot of people expect and look for with the Mercurial Vapor line. Now the upper is so thin and it obviously does provide a barefoot touch on the ball, and because it is a one-piece upper, there's no overlapping materials, which means that the touch is very consistent no matter which part of the foot that you're using to make contact with the ball, something that I really, really liked. Now the CR7 colorways do have a slightly different texturing on the upper, obviously because this does have the glittery finish. It's a smooth material with a slight bit of grit from the actual glitter itself, which is different from the standard colorways, one that I have right here, which normally have the micro texturing on the upper. It's not a significant difference. It's not something that I would say is particularly noticeable even when you're wearing the shoes. I guess if you had one on one foot and one on the other, you would perhaps notice a very slight difference, but it shouldn't make or break your decision to go for a regular colorway or the CR7 one. Just go for the colorway that you like the look of, because like I said, the overall performance is going to be more or less the same at the end of the day. They also do include ACC all conditions control as your wet control element, and as far as wet weather performance is concerned, I'm really, really pleased with the Vapor 10. It's probably one of the best shoes as far as providing good grip on the ball in wet playing conditions, at least as far as thin synthetics go. It's also a very, very lightweight shoe, which we're going to take a look at in just a second. Low cut in the heel, internal plastic heel counter, synthetic leather lining material with a decent amount of padding. Very, very comfortable shoe, something that again we will also talk about later in the video. The insole is fully removable, mesh liner on top, perforations throughout. You can see that this colorway does say created to the exact specifications of Cristiano Ronaldo, and it does have the number 8 there, being that this is his 8th signature colorway. And it's just a single layer of foam, nothing too special about it, but it does get the job done. And then moving on to the sole plate, you're going to find the compressed nylon sole plate, which is relatively thin, but a lot more flexible than what you're going to find on the Nike Hypervenom Phantom, even though it looks very, very similar. And even though it's not carbon fiber like you're going to find on the Superfly 4, it feels virtually identical in my opinion. And then of course you do get the Mercurial stud pattern, which really is one of the best stud patterns as far as multi-directional grip is concerned. If you're looking for as much bite as possible when pushing off in pretty much any direction, as well as really good stability, the Mercurial stud pattern is definitely what you're looking for. If you've worn Mercurials in the past, you're going to like what you get with this new stud pattern as well. So that's pretty much it as far as tech specs go. Again, if you guys want more details, check out the full written review on my website, first link down below in the description. And with that being said, let's move on to a quick weigh-in so we can see how lightweight these guys are. Being that the Vapor 10 has really been overshadowed by the Superfly 4, I don't think people realize how light this shoe is. It's one of the lightest Mercurial Vapors Nike has ever put out. Lighter than the Vapor 8, lighter than the Vapor 9, even lighter than the Superfly 4. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 6.3 ounces, which is the equivalent of 179 grams. That's not too far off from the 2014 F50 Adizero, which is an extremely light shoe. And really, because of how this shoe fits, it has that nice tight wrap, the one-piece upper. It just feels pretty much weightless on your feet. It's also very, very comfortable despite its ultra lightweight construction. So again, if you're looking for something that is thin and light, the Mercurial Vapor 10 is one of, if not the very best option on the market at the moment. All right, so here's a look at the CR7 Vapor 10s on feet. On my left foot, I have the stock laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot, I have a pair of reflective orange SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, check out the website sr4ulaces.com. It'll be linked in the description of this video. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, the Vapor 10, in my opinion, is the most comfortable Vapor that Nike has ever put out. The one-piece upper and the soft, flexible Teijin synthetic wrap your foot really, really nicely, pretty much perfectly. No extra space on the inside of the shoe whatsoever, and it's noticeably more flexible in comparison to what we got from the Vapor 8 and the Vapor 9, mainly due to that new compressed nylon sole plate that keeps you nice and low to the ground, is nice as far as underfoot cushioning is concerned, no issues with stud pressure, and again, it just feels very natural in terms of how flexible they are. No break-in time required, really. They feel, like I said, pretty comfortable from right out of the box, which is somewhat unusual considering how light these things actually are. As far as width is concerned, because it is a tighter fitting shoe, you will find that it's not necessarily the best shoe for a wider foot type. So if you do have wide feet, probably not the best option for you. I have about average width feet, slightly flat-footed as well, and I'm pretty much at the max of what this shoe can handle. So again, if you've worn Mercurials in the past, you probably won't have issues with these, but if you do have wider feet, definitely not the best option for you. As far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size for the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Silverware CR7 Nike Mercurial Vapor 10. Great colorway, great shoe in my opinion. Again, if you guys do want more details on the overall fit, feel, and performance, I would strongly recommend checking out the full written review on my website. It's the very first link down below in the description of this video. Also on that review page, along with the written review, you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal retail price. So be sure to go ahead and check that out if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself. If you have any questions at all regarding the CR7 Silverware Vapor 10, leave them down below in the comment section. I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.